Hello, everybody, and welcome to verse 26 of the Enlightenment Chronicles. I've looked ahead, and 26, 27, 28, and 29 are all like one sentence. And if they were more direct, they would split your head open. I mean, it really is. This cannot get more direct than this, but at least the one today, I haven't read the others, but I just saw they were one line. But this one is perfect. Realization is just noticing what has been here all along. Realization is just noticing what has been here all along. So listen to this with the sharpest of ears, because what it is telling you in one little sentence is really, it's a teaching all unto itself. It's telling you not to expect other, not to expect more, not to expect sound or fury, hallucinations, none of that. It's telling you to notice what has been here all along. What has been here all along? I haven't been here all along. You haven't been here all along. There's Jack wandering in. He hasn't been here all along. I remember when I first got him. So what has been here all along? This house has not been here all along. This computer certainly has not been here all along. The street out front has not been here all along. I remember when I was a little boy, this is like 60 years ago, I wandered the streets, but they were still paved even 60 years ago. So this whole neighborhood has not been here all along. Nothing has been here all along, but let's just stop right there. What has been here all along is no thing. Everything has not been here all along. Everything comes in within the apparent relativity. Everything comes and goes. So that's every manifested object that you can find. That also includes thoughts and everything else that goes along with it. Everything comes and goes, except for one thing. And that's the one thing that we just don't notice, and that this verse is telling you to notice right now. It's this. It's the air in which you move. It is not, and it's not air in terms of the oxygen necessarily. That's helpful. But it's space. It's the spaciousness here. Nothing can exist without space for it. Isn't that clear? Isn't that just right on it? Nothing can exist if there was not space for it. And there's always space for it, no matter the size, no matter the weight, no matter the number, no matter whether it's slippery or it's or it's rocky or anything. Everything happens to fit here. Do you notice that? Everything. The mountains fit here. They fit in the space. They take up a lot of space in our minds because they're much bigger than we are. But compare it to outer space, which is just space outside of the atmosphere. None of us could exist without the atmosphere. What holds the atmosphere here? Gravitational forces, I believe. They're what hold the content of space, even in deep outer space. I mean, whether it's a meteorite or it's a star or anything else. Everything must have space to exist. I take up space. You take up space, at least apparently. So at this level, objects take up space. They clutter space to death, but there's always more. No matter what you bring in, no matter what you do. If you poison it, it's still space. It laid there, right there for the poison. It didn't object to the poison. It didn't work against the poison. It didn't refuse the poison. We just poisoned the lawn in order to kill some little animals down in there that are eating the roots of the grass or something. But we're also poisoning the grass. We're poisoning the whatever other little animals are in there. We're poisoning relativity. But we're also poisoning that with a capital T, which holds relativity. Relativity cannot exist in the absence of space. All of relativity occurs where? Within space. This space is your true but nature. It's your true body. Your true nature, not it is and it's not. But it is your body. And it is much of true nature. The space, it may be life itself. I just don't know. But life itself exists only because there is space. And within the space, there's oxygen and there's hydrogen in the right quantities, in the right places, with the right temperatures. It's really quite the miracle almost. Well, I mean, it seems like quite the miracle to me, but I know science doesn't consider it a miracle, but I'm sure some do. For our purposes here, let's consider it miraculous, but nonetheless here. Miraculous just meaning that we don't understand it. Realization is finally noticing that which has been here all along. When I look over here, what I see is a mess. It's pens and magic markers and scissors and all this kind of stuff that's over here in a tray beside my desk, on my desk at the side of it. It's a mess. It's a conglomeration of stuff. It can't be there if there's no space for it. But there is space for it. And the space didn't resist it. It took it right on. No matter what the color, no matter what the size, no matter what the weight, no matter what. Space just opens its arms and takes everything, doesn't it? And notice something. Space takes everything just as it is. Everything just as it is. And what is space? Well, for our purposes here, we're going to call it nothing. This is thingness. Relativity, the sense of relativity, is thingness. In truth, you want to notice what's always here. There is no relativity. Relativity is a dream. But let's get back to stuff that we understand a little better, which is the space. Where does it end? It doesn't. You can't go up and find an end to space. You just find space. Find more space, or if you go down microscopically, what will you discover? Space. Go down to an atom, and what do you see? Space. there's a teeny tiny little electron just floundering in the space. It may be going in regular intervals or whatever, but it's just a speck within an atom. And an atom is pretty damn small. But what you got, if you were to look at it, if somebody was to draw it out for you, what you would see is as you went, there would be more and more space and less of anything else. And you get to there is no end to it, but if you get to the end of objects, then there's just space, unformed and unforming. And this is you. You welcome everything just as it is. You don't ask anything to change. It may change, but it's not because you put it up to it. It's just because it did. Realization is just finally noticing what has been here all along.